In this video, we're watching celebrities defend Chris Brown for 13 minutes straight, from praising his talent to standing by him through the controversy. Let's get into it. Publicly defended Chris Brown multiple times. He called out the system. He said black men in the industry are often unfairly villainized, and that Chris Brown's talent gets overshadowed by headlines that wouldn't follow other artists the same way.
People on Twitter are hating on the fact that Chris is a part of the project.
Why would they hate on him?
Because of his past, right?
And what about Sean Penn? They ever hate on his past in the movie either?
No, that's true. That's true. You think it's a double standard?
Definitely a double standard. They want to turn black men to a monster anytime they can.
You think it's gonna?
One of the most unexpected moments in the public's reevaluation of Chris Brown came straight from Rihanna herself. She talked about how hard it was to move on from someone she cared so deeply about, and how forgiving him was part of her own healing. Rihanna made it clear their story was complicated, but it was real. And despite everything, she didn't villainize him. In fact, she humanized him in a way no one expected. She even said she still worries about him and wants him to be at peace.
Chris Brown is a true love for you?
Absolutely. I think he was the love of my life. He was the first love. We ran free. We ran wild. We were falling in love and going at a really rapid pace. What we were missing, what we were taking for granted. And if we really care about each other, we care about each other's happiness. So it's not even about us being together. I truly love him. So the main thing for me is that he is at peace.
If you're excited for the BreezyBowl tour, you need to check this out. Exclusive BreezyBowl merch, limited designs, tour vibes, and once they're gone, they're gone. Hit the link in the description and grab yours while you can. BDG recently spoke out about the treatment of Chris Brown. He has been unfairly canceled. In a stream, he voiced his support for Breezy, addressing the way the media and public have scrutinized Chris despite his massive contributions to the music industry.
That's a cool there. Super talented too. He just won a Grammy. I know the industry been hard on him, but it don't even matter. See, like shit like a nigga like Chris Brown can f around and you can't cancel it that because they're selling out stadiums in Africa. He just kept pushing, bro. Like other niggas would have been let that shit go. That kept pushing, and now he turned. Now he back at good graces, and he winning a Grammy, man. Shout out him, bro.
The game opened up about his relationship with Chris Brown, setting the record straight regarding any rumors of beef between the two. He highlighted Chris's toughness and resilience, noting that despite the ups and downs in the public eye, Breezy has always maintained his authenticity and stood firm in his principles.
As much as everybody thinks and wants Chris Brown to be this R&B singer, he a real man. Like I done seen Chris do some real shit. Yeah. I've never seen Chris turn, and you've never seen Chris turn down no beef, no fade, no nothing. Me and Chris always cool. That's my little brother. We been cool. We cool now. We been cool. That's my dog, man.
Jon Jones gave Chris his flowers on Aiden Ross' stream, praising him for his undeniable impact on music. This came right after Jon Jones attended one of Chris's concerts, where he showed nothing but love for the performance and energy Breezy brings to the stage.
I think the last concert I went to was a Chris Brown concert.
Oh, wow.
Bro, I was actually really impressed with Chris Brown.
Nah, he's really talented.
He's been around for a long time, you know. I mean, back in 2005 when I was in high school, I mean, he had bangers, and now he's still throwing out bangers. I watched one of his concerts recently, and I was fortunate enough to be on stage. And I was just a few feet away from him. And I was watching the dude, and he knew every lyric to all those songs, years and decades of songs, and those dance moves that he had, and being able to just keep his cardio up to perform all that.
It's crazy, right?
I really respected him as an artist.
At the 2022 American Music Awards, Kelly Rowland faced audience boos when accepting the Favorite Male R&B Artist Award on behalf of Chris Brown, who was absent from the ceremony. Rowland addressed the crowd. She continued by praising Brown's contributions to R&B.
The music award goes to Chris Brown. Excuse me, chill out. But I want to tell Chris, thank you so much for making great R&B music. And I want to tell him, thank you for being an incredible performer. I'll take this award, bring it to you. I love you. Congratulations.
Davido recently shared a thoughtful sentiment about Chris Brown, saying, Sometimes you have to go outside and let people see from far so they can appreciate. This comment reflects Davido's belief that Chris Brown, despite his ups and downs, has always been a global icon who deserves the recognition and respect he's worked hard for.
Oh my God, like that experience alone, and it was just a full circle moment for everybody. Like for me, for him, everybody was just so happy for CB. Like finally everybody gets it, you know what I'm saying? America now woke up. You had to come to Africa and they saw it and they're like, yo.
I was like 80,000, right? 80,000?
Yes,
Two nights.
Two nights.
Two nights.
Now you're doing the stadium tour. Sometimes you have to go outside and let people see from far, like, yo, other people are appreciating what we have.
Joyner Lucas has been a vocal defender of Chris Brown. He stated that he would not tolerate any slander against Chris Brown, emphasizing that celebrities should not disparage him for attention. Lucas expressed his unwavering support, saying he would take every shot for Chris and that they have a loyal fan base behind them.
I'm gonna say this shit one time, and I'm not gonna say it again. There will be no Chris Brown slander tolerated, my nigga. You weirdo celebrity weirdos that go on these podcasts and start popping shit at my nigga for absolutely no reason. Niggas making faces and shit. Niggas trying to take shots, talking their little shit, saying whatever they say, trying to get a reaction. And
You know, we love Chris Brown over here in my camp. He can't do no wrong over here. I don't give a f all that. Stay down, Chris. Sock a nigga in the head, do all of those gangster ass shit.
At Usher's 44th birthday celebration, he invited Chris Brown to join him on stage. Usher took a moment to honor Chris's legacy. He addressed the audience, saying, "You're a legend. We love you, and we're going to continue to keep lifting you up, bro." During a surprise performance at Pharrell's Something in the Water Festival in Virginia Beach, Chris Brown joined the stage to perform hits like Loyal, Look at Me Now, and Under the Influence. Pharrell introduced him with high regards.
Make some noise for Virginia's own Chris Brown. Little bro, listen, there's only one you. There's only one you. And we're gonna get this man his flowers again. Make some noise for Virginia's own. The fastest, singingest, craziest video making.
Rapper and singer Gashi recently spoke out in defense of Chris Brown, declaring that he believes Chris is the greatest of all time in the music industry. In a candid interview, Gashi shared his admiration for Chris Brown's talent, acknowledging the challenges the singer has faced due to his past.
The thing is, we judge the man based on his past and what he's done, and fuck you. Like, okay, we all make mistakes, right? I don't think, as a human being, see, like, we have legends like the Beatles and stuff like that. You know, we have Michael Jackson. Right. We have legendary artists, and I love that we do have that on Earth. It's amazing, but nobody can last with Chris Brown on the dance floor or keep up with him musically. Or
Boosie stepped up to defend Chris Brown after the singer was removed from the NBA All-Star Game roster, following a sponsor's request to have him removed. The rapper expressed his support for Chris in an interview.
They need to leave Chris Brown. That's shit. You know how many niggas that had domestic violence cases in the industry that swept under the rug? Like bro, I hate what they do to Chris Brown.
Right, 'cause this was what?
He's next under Michael, bro. As far as performing, bro, Chris Brown is that nigga. Bro, Chris Brown is a bad motherfucker.
You put Chris Brown above Usher?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see the argument for it.
Yeah.
Put Chris Brown above R. Kelly?
Performance.
Drake got candid about his relationship with Chris Brown during an interview, reflecting on how they moved past their old feud to become collaborators and friends. The two artists, who were once at odds, famously buried the hatchet and worked together on their 2019 hit No Guidance.
Talk about No Guidance. Like, how did that come together?
Well, I think we've come together before and tried to link and make music. I think we were always kind of forcing it. I think there was always like resentment on both sides. You know, really at the end of the day, you know, again, when you kind of step away from it and break it down, you start to feel silly because it's like over like girl stuff, you know? But obviously that can snowball into like real shit, and that's what happened in this
Real
situation.
shit that ruined the New York club life. Man. You shut down New York club life, man, forever.
I have no recollection.
Your attorney's here with you.
Drake acknowledged that their issues were complicated, but ultimately rooted in misunderstandings and emotions surrounding the situation. "We had our differences, and it wasn't pretty," he admitted. There was a lot of tension because of things that were happening back then, and Rihanna was definitely a part of that story.
That person that was kind of, you know, in the middle of us is like no longer a part of like either of our like lives currently. And I have the utmost love and respect for her. I think of her as family more than anything. And I actually had like kind of a moment of hesitation before because I didn't want her to ever feel disrespected by me linking up with him. But I also know how many nights she knows that me and him have both been consumed by this issue. And I think she's a good person with a good heart that would rather see us put that issue to bed than continue like childish shit that could end up in a serious situation. So